Hi guys, welcome to episode 11 of QuaranTUBE with Dr. Z. I understand that my video last week was difficult to see, or there's some things wrong with it, and so I kind of messed with the video, and hopefully this one will be a lot more successful. Today we're going to be doing an LOD, and you are going to be getting an assignment similar to what you got before on the subject of dot plots. But I'm doing it one more time, and I am doing a mini version of what you are going to get for your math assignment. So hopefully this time around it won't be as confusing because I'm doing a mini version of what you're getting on the worksheet. And so if you follow along with me here, it should sound very familiar when you look at today's classwork that is connected to this video. Okay, so here we go. So today's title is going to be called Dot Plots and Problem Solving Continued. Okay, so I'm going to be reading you a short story problem, and then we are going to review how to create a dot plot using the data that's provided from the story problem, and then I'm going to pose 3 questions that I'd like for you to answer using our data from this video. Okay, here we go. It says, Jaslyn is a 6th grader at 153rd Elementary School. Truth. She usually goes to bed at 10 p.m. and wakes up at 6 a.m. That means she gets blank hours of sleep. Go ahead and calculate that really quick. Anyone? Yes, you over there in the back? Yes, she gets 8 hours of sleep. Not bad. I think she could go to bed a little bit earlier since she's waking up at 6, but at least she's getting 8 hours. I hope all of you are getting a minimum of 8 hours of sleep. Anyway, so she gets 8 hours of sleep. She then wondered, on average, how many hours of sleep do my classmates get a night? So she decided to do a survey, and instead of surveying our whole class of 31, she decided to survey just 10 students to just kind of get a sample population from our class. Okay, so after she surveyed 10 classmates, here is the data she collected. Okay, I'm going to read them off to you. 9 hours, 8 hours, 7, 6, 5, 10, 8, 8, 11, and 12. This person is getting a lot of sleep, which is not bad. All right, so we are going to go ahead and use this data that she collected from her survey and put dots on this line right here. For each number of hours, I'm going to be using another color. Okay, so the first one is 9 hours. I'm gonna go ahead and put a dot right here. The next one is 8 hours. Dot right there. Next one is 6 hours. 7 hours. Here we go. Then we have 6 hours. And 5 hours. Then we have 10 hours. And back to 8 hours, so I'm going to use the orange one again. And then a third person with 8 hours, so I'm going to stack it yet again. Then we have 11 hours. See, these are the last 2 students. These are the kids who are getting a ton of sleep, so hopefully they'll be paying attention in class extra well. And 12 hours right here. Okay, so I'm going to have you take a look at this dot plot really quick. So notice how when you have repeating numbers, you stack the dots on top of each other. I'm going to count the dots to make sure I have 10 dots total. Because if I don't, that means I've missed someone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope, we got them all. Okay, it's because she surveyed 10 students. So here are the questions that it's actually one main question and then 3 sub questions that you're going to take a look at. So on your sheet of paper, you could also do this dot plot using this data. But if you feel like you can just rely on the video to look at the dot plot or just look at this data, then you can just write down these questions here because you're going to have to answer this main question here, which says, question, how does Jaslyn's number of hours compare to the, class average? So how does Jaslyn's number of hours compare to the class average? And these 3 arrows represent the 3 things that you're going to consider when you're answering this main question. So sub-question number 1 was Jaslyn's number of hours, which was, do you guys remember? It was 8 hours. So was Jaslyn's number of hours, which was 8, greater than or less than the class average? So that's one thing that I'd like for you to look at. Second arrow says, what percentage of the class slept more than Jaslyn's 8 hours? So even though we didn't get all 31 students' information, you're going to take a look at her 10 students that she surveyed. Okay, so from these 10 students, what percentage of these 10 students slept more than her? And the third one is, what percentage of the class slept less than her? So as you can see, you have to utilize your percentage and ratio and rate knowledge to be able to complete the last 2 arrows, the last 2 sub-questions. So if you need to go back and look at that, go ahead and do that. I want to let you know that the assignment that you will be getting, let me actually keep that up there in case some of you are still writing those questions down. The assignment that you will be getting, the story problem is basically exactly the same, except it won't be Jaslyn at 153rd, but it'll be another 6th grade student at their respective school. And instead of just having 10 pieces of data, you're going to have a lot more because that is going to show that student's class data as opposed to Jaslyn's just 10 student survey. Okay, so that's the main difference in just the problem. As you look at your assignment, you're going to see that you're going to have to answer questions 1 through 9. So again, on the worksheets, you are going to have to complete 1 through 9 that's connected to the story problem. Okay, so once again, those questions that you get like the assignment that you got previous to this one, you're going to have to remember how to get the average, otherwise known as the mean, hint, hint, wink, wink. You're going to have to know about the range. You're going to have to know about the mean and median and mode. And so if you do not remember mean, median, mode, range, go back a couple lessons and you will find a reminder there. Okay. I hope that the second time around doing this dot plot and problem solving, it is a little bit more clear. And the second time around doing this practice on this video and then the assignment linked to it will be more successful for you. Okay. All right. Well, that was the end of episode 11 of QuaranTUBE with Dr. Z. I hope you guys are doing well. Remember to comment on this post if you have any questions, and I will try to answer them as soon as I see them. All right, I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.